nobody wants to die. The game was pretty interesting, but it was repetitive and a little boring. I liked the story. The story seemed interesting when I read it a couple of months ago, and I was looking forward for it. I mean, I get games from GameFly, but GameFly didn't have this game, so I ended up buying it anyway. I mean, it was only a couple of bucks. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't the normal $70, $80 I would spend on a game. But it doesn't mean if it was going to be garbage or not. But, I mean, this game's kind of garbage. It was. It's beautiful. The game was really nice. I mean, the graphics was awesome. It had a great concept. It has this cyberpunk thing going on. I understand that it was more of an investigative type of game. So I was thinking it might have I would have a heavy rain experience. If you guys remember that game, that was a good game. And so I was kind of expecting it like that, but in first person. I'm trying not to um, give out any spoilers or even like go hard on this game, but yeah, I wasted about 6 or 7 hours of gameplay. I could have been playing something else. So the game is set in New York. It's 2329. The detective named James Karra, who was a baseball player, and then died a few times and ended up just staying a detective. He was a detective at first, but then he continued to be like a cop again or whatever. When people die, their consciousness is transferred over to a new body, which is explained at the beginning of the game vaguely. You really have to pay attention to understand how it works. Otherwise, you'd be lost. You'll have to like rewind it or some shit. But so it kind of explains it at the beginning of the game, and then it goes on to James speaking to a lady in the car in his cop car, and then next thing you know, she's gone. And he's having these issues that I'm not gonna get into because again, I'm trying not to spoil it for you guys. Game mechanics is nice. It moves smoothly. It's well made. It's just that um, it's repetitive. The first part of the case, you come upon someone that's hung by a rope, and so you do all these investigation scenarios to figure out what happened, and you're like, damn, this is at first you're like, holy shit, this is pretty cool, but it ends. But as you continue on in the game, you just be like, this is it. You will want to feel like you're in the action, like how Heavy Rain was. Heavy, oh man. And so yeah, I know that's an old game and the gaming experience is different now, but that was a pretty good game, and to compare it to that with the whole investigation stuff, I mean, it's kind of relevant because Cyberpunk is a first person shooter that's also futuristic, but then you're into the action. Like it's a normal first person shoot 'em up game. With this one, not really. It's basically did more on the appearance than the actual gameplay. Hopefully, the next game I review, I will have better experience so I can share it with you guys. Because I mean, I didn't want to start off negative like this, but I would say for the price, I would say go ahead and play it. I mean, it's not a 60 $70 game. You might have a different experience than I had. So go play it, watch somebody play a few hours, and then see if you jump in and you probably enjoy it. Me, I didn't really enjoy it because of my gaming experience and things like that. But to each its own, whatever. So this is my first review. I'm gonna have more I'm slowly getting into this. I renewed the YouTube page, so I'm slowly getting into doing gaming reviews and videos, things of that nature. But it's going to eventually skyrocket and everything else. So get to it and see y'all later.